Hey everybody, it's Father Edward Looney here, and I want to reflect a little bit about the first Sunday of Lent. That on the first Sunday, we hear this gospel always of the temptation of Jesus in the desert. But what's one thing we're told as Jesus goes into the desert and faces these temptations against the evil one? We're told that Jesus is fasting in the desert. For Jesus, that meant for 40 days, he went without food, without water. He was tempted, actually, in his hunger, actually. And so we know about fasting. And really in this Lenten season, our fasting, that fasting we did on Ash Wednesday, that fasting we'll do on Good Friday, but also fasting we'll do throughout the season, it's really a participation in that great fast of Jesus. We're fasting in our own unique ways. But I want to remind us about one particular fast. I'm sure all of you probably try your best to observe it, but it's the 1 hour fast before Holy Communion. And so some people think it's an hour before Mass. My understanding, it's an hour before Holy Communion. So you kind of can figure, well, 8 o'clock Mass or 8:30 Mass, let's say. Well, communion's going to be about 9:10, 9:15. Depends how long the homily is. But you probably don't want to chance it, so maybe do an hour before Mass. But what's the purpose of this 1 hour fast before receiving Holy Communion? Now, remember this, that in the days of the Church before the Second Vatican Council, it was actually a fast the entire day before Holy Communion. That's why Masses were so early in the day, so that people could then have Mass and then they would be able to eat. So if there weren't evening Masses in those days because of that fast. So why then do we fast 1 hour before Holy Communion? It's because we create that hunger to receive the Lord. That as I'm aware, okay, I'm going to church today, I'm not going to eat now, I'm not going to drink now, anything, and I'm going to have that little hunger. I'm going to make room, I'm going to make space in my being to receive the body and blood, soul and divinity of Jesus in the Holy Eucharist. It's realizing that whatever it is that I want to eat, whatever it is that I want to consume, that it's not as great as what it is that I'm going to receive in the Holy Eucharist. And so if you haven't been as mindful about the 1 hour fast before Holy Communion, maybe this Lenten Sunday is a good opportunity for us to recommit ourselves to a complete observance of that 1 hour fast. So what does that mean? It actually means that when you come to church, you shouldn't be chewing gum. You shouldn't chew gum because I don't like it when you put it under the pews either, but don't chew gum because that's breaking the fast. Some people ask, does coffee break the fast? Well, coffee, if you put milk and if you put honey or sugar, well, that would break the fast. Some have argued, I know that there's a high-ranking cardinal in the church that argues coffee doesn't, but why bother? Maybe just have that openness to say, I don't need this coffee right now, but it's 1 hour before Mass. So maybe we recommit, we observe that 1 hour fast, and that makes receiving Jesus in the Holy Eucharist ever more special.